I made a patchwork skirt to attract a goth girlfriend. Hi, I'm Tanner. I'm a stand-up comedian with a degree in fashion design, and I'm single, and I'm trying to change that. So this is a new series I'm making called Making Clothes to Attract a Goth Girlfriend. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for more videos like this. My channel is still very new, and support like yours really means a world of difference to me. In the last episode, I made a double-layered flannel shirt from 2 shirts I thrifted. I still have about 5 more shirts I thrifted, and so today, we're going to turn those remaining shirts into a patchwork skirt. What's really fun about this project is that it is as modular as you want it to be. If you want a wider skirt, you can make it wider. If you want it thinner, you can make it thinner. Shorter, taller. All of this is very easy to do without changing too much. The first thing I did was cut up all the shirts into 7-inch strips. That means each tier that I make will be 6 inches tall after the seam allowances are taken out. I didn't use a pattern for this skirt. Instead, I just used some basic measurements to inform how I constructed this. Now, since I don't have a girlfriend yet, I don't have any specific measurements to make this for. So I just took some average sizing between medium and large skirts and used that. I went a little bit wider each tier to make sure we got some fullness by the bottom of the skirt. And then I used a basting stitch to gather the tiers so they could fit to the tier above it. I didn't even cut the strips any shorter. Instead, I just took the different lengths of strips and pieced them together until it got to roughly the length I wanted. And what's fun about this is because it's not precise, it has a very organic, loose kind of look, which is what I'm going for. There are times when precision is more appropriate, but in this kind of project, the looseness of it makes it really fun. I got about 7 rows deep when I realized I should probably see how tall this skirt is, and 7 was a lot. I don't know why I kept thinking 42 inches wouldn't be too tall, but it was pretty tall. It is really tall. So either we're gonna have to hem this a bunch whenever it goes to whoever takes this, or I'm gonna have to date a really tall goth girl. Those are the only 2 options. But hemming will be really simple, so I'm not too worried about that. But it is long. It will go to the floor. And maybe that's what she likes. I don't know. And again, because every strip was a different length, and not only that, but the pieces that I used to piece together each tier are different lengths in context to each other with different fabrics and different patterns. It makes this really cool, organic kind of look to it. After the main skirt was pieced together, I took some of the pockets that I removed from the shirts and added them back onto the skirt. Because if there's one thing I learned while pursuing a degree in fashion design, it's that girls love pockets. Seriously, if a dress has a pocket, it will be the first, second, and 10th thing a girl will tell you about that dress. So we're gonna give her all the pockets. And I mean all the pockets. Every pocket I cut off of a shirt, I put onto this skirt. I just put it on the different 3 tiers and circled it around. So no matter which way her skirt is, she's got accessible pockets. For the waistband, I did a half elastic waistband. This keeps everything smooth up front, but it's still tight enough to keep things snug as well. If you want a better tutorial on how half elastic waistbands work and how to make them, I recommend watching Sew Anastasia's videos. I'll link it below. And then I made a basic lining as well, because there are some holes just due to the natural wear of the shirts from the previous owners that do show through. And while the holes aren't that big, I don't want any skin showing through if she doesn't want that. So I did add just a basic lining using the measurements of the skirt to inform the lining. And again, no pattern here, it's just a simple skirt shape that I hemmed and put inside. And then I sandwiched the waistband in between the 2. After the skirt was done, I threw it into the dye. Now, if you remember in the last video, I didn't dye my double-layered flannel shirt enough the first time around. I dyed the skirt at the same time, so I didn't get enough dye on this one either. It got darker and it looked better, but it really wasn't where I wanted it to be, and not something that I was totally satisfied with. So the next morning, when I dyed the double layer shirt one more time, I also threw the skirt in there and dyed that for 60 minutes with 2 bottles of black dye. Here's the skirt. I get dyed pretty well, actually. It's still not completely black, but you know what? It's fine for what it is. I think I'll have to look at the before and after pictures, but it looks a whole lot darker than it was. And again, these threads really pop. Now, I'm not sure if you can see that. Like, the threads really pop out now that everything's dark. So some of those are fine, but some of these little stragglers like that, I'm just gonna have to get a little lighter and burn those off. Yeah, so we just need to go around with a pair of snips. This one, it's not perfect, but it's good enough, I think, for what it's supposed to be. I don't think anyone's gonna look at a patchwork skirt and expect like absolute perfection out of this. But yeah, it's got pockets. We'll see how it fits. I might have to do the waistband again later, because I don't know who's gonna wear this. So, you know, I kind of just did a generic size based off medium and large measurements, but I don't know who's gonna wear this. It was fun to make, and I really like the way it dyed. So this looks really cool. And yeah, that's the patchwork skirt. I really like the way it looks. I think it's really cute. I think it's really fun. I think whoever takes it is going to love it. At least I hope so. And I hope she loves me too. But what do you think? Do you like it? Is this something you would wear? What should I make next? Tell me about it in the comments below. And as always, peace, love, dopamine.